I'm Terry Irwin. When Steve and I filmed our first episode of The Crocodile Hunter, never in our wildest dreams did we think it would become a worldwide phenomenon.
G'day and welcome.
Every time I hear his voice, I see the shows, it just takes me back to such a fun time. What do you enjoy about these shows?
I love seeing Steve firstly.
We're going to be capturing one of the rarest crocodiles in the world.
The second thing is, of course, I get to see myself young, so it's pretty cool.
This episode stands out to me and Wes because Steve mixed two things he absolutely loved: exploring nature
What a beauty.
and riding waves.
Surf rule.
Watch with us as we share memories of surfing snakes.
Scene one, take one, and someone goes, Mark.
Mark.
My favourite thing about this episode is surfing with my mate.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it's so cool to see Steve and Wes because Wes went with Steve a lot on the documentaries, but he wasn't always on camera. So to see the two of them together on camera, it's got to be one of my favorites. That was just awesome.
I have a great face for radio.
I'll vouch for it.
First light, and we're heading from the Indonesian island of Bali, hoping to find the legendary big waves that surge across the offshore coral reefs.
It's a beautiful morning. Not a great deal of swell, but with any luck, it will be magnified out on these offshore reefs.
Out here, we're only a few feet above the coral-encrusted reefs. The waves aren't that big, but it looks like a bit of fun anyway. Let's get it. We know there's some big swells gonna come our way, so let's have a warm-up first. Go, Wes! Woo! Get 'em, mate. Oh, and how's this? There's a venomous snake sharing our surf spot.
Have a look at this. Oh, what a beauty. This is Laticorta colubrina, the famous sea crate. They call them a sea crate, and this is a big one. This is a full-grown adult female. In fact, she'd go close to being the biggest sea crate I've ever seen. And this is what I love about surfing in Indonesia. Sitting out here, waiting for the waves to come, and this beautiful big girl comes up as if to say, "G'day, Steve-o, have a look at me." She's starting to settle down now. The most amazing thing about the sea crate is they don't bite. They just don't bite. Imagine this is a highly venomous snake species. There's a lot of myths and legends about sea snakes, that their fangs are too short to penetrate through wetsuits and penetrate into people's skin. That's not true at all. These guys got relatively long fangs, fangs long enough to certainly get into my body, and once again, enough venom to kill me and a few others as well. She's a beautiful big girl. Now, this is one of the few sea snake species, or one of only two that I know of, that actually go on land and rest up on land, and they also lay their eggs up in crevices on land. Look at her, what a beauty. Full-grown adult female. Way you go, sweetheart. What a beauty. Here comes the set, I'm back out there.
Indonesia has around 210 million people, most of them living the same as they have for the last 100 years. They're spread across 13,000 islands, scattered in a tropical archipelago below the Asian mainland. And we're starting our adventure in Bali.
Let's go get amongst these snakes and surf. Yeah, picked up a little bit of the lingo. And what we're going to do is try and go flat out like a lizard drinking straight through Bali. We're going to duck and weave easily. The most dangerous part of this journey is the Balinese roads, mate.
Yeah, for the ferry.
As we leave the city, the scene changes into a continuous landscape of villages and cultivated land. The main crop is rice, and it's known locally as nasi, and the paddy fields are perfect habitats for a whole range of reptiles. Wherever there's grain, you'll find rats, one of the snake's favourite foods. And with this much water, you'll find frogs, also great snake tucker.
Why, it isn't long before Steve spots a snake in the seedlings.
It's a cobra. Facing me front on, I can't get to him. Crikey, that water's warm. This is the Asian spit. Lucky I got these glasses on. He's spitting all over me. Also known as the equatorial cobra. Settle down, mate. Settle down now. And this is a big specimen. Crikey, this is a beauty. And what he's been doing is hunting in the nice warm water. They'll eat anything they come across. They'll come out of these corridors, into the nasi, into the rice, pick up any rodents, any frogs this time of year. You're an angry cobra, and look at the... Look at the way he's hooding up. They've got about a 6-foot strike range with their venom, and you... It's like acid. It's got a strong taste to it. It's got a real strong taste. He just keeps spitting. Notice how he's more inclined to spit than bite? Ooh, there's another predator thing there, trying to scare me away. Isn't he a beauty? They're egg layers. They usually have anywhere from 6 to 20 odd eggs, and they're one of the few big animals, few big reptiles that I'm likely to encounter close to the rice. Woo-hoo, yes. How would you be? I'm shaking. Look at this, I'm shaking like a leaf. I don't know whether that's venom or sweat. It's just starting to flow down my face. My eyes aren't burning. I've got a fair whack in my mouth. But have a go at that. That's venom on the outside and sweat on the inside.
Steve's got to get the venom off before it gets into his eyes.
Oh, that's better.
By the look of that water, it's not much better than the venom.
Woo! Spitting cobra, you beauty.
The snakes in Indonesia are unbelievable. You know, the archipelago is huge and it encompasses such a large area. So, you know, when you can do things like catch snakes and do a favourite sport like surfing,
Yeah.
it becomes an incredibly fun trip.
That looked really fun, having a cobra spit venom in your eye. You're selling it.
Oh,
Sign me up.
you're giving me a hard time again.
I'm going.
It's the monsoon season. One minute it's steamy and sunny, the next it's a torrential downpour. And I'm making my way through the jungle to a temple where there's a population of sacred monkeys. The old religion here believes that every animal, every plant, even water and rocks are inhabited by their own distinctive spirits. The Balinese see God's spirits and demons all around them, and in this place, the playful monkey reigns supreme. At first, they just watch me, checking me out, deciding if I'm dangerous, perhaps a playmate, maybe a source of food.
Look, see this big male come in? These are all babies, these are all youngsters. And this male's just come in and sorted them out. They've got a pretty wild social structure. Big, dominant males rule.
And these blokes are commonly known as macaques. They're temple monkeys and revered for their playfulness and intelligence. The Balinese associate them with magic and a keen understanding of human behaviour. You can see why.
You've got a great haircut. Have a go at their fingers and their hands. Exactly the same as mine. And their feet, Check out her feet. She's got an opposable toe, just like mine. Their hands are very similar to their feet. Oh, you're gonna jump on me. You're jumping on me. Are you looking for something? You're gonna groom my hairs. There's nothing in there. You can look. Ooh, big male. When they do the thing, that means we're upset and back off.
The advice you get in Indonesia is that the monkeys can be unpredictable and don't try and touch them, because a bite is nasty.
Here, fight, fight, fight. Ooh, you can see the way that big male rules. Watch his teeth. Look at this. Did you see them? Oh, mate, I'd hate to get bitten by one of them.
The monkeys form tight little friendship units inside the bigger troop, and just look at what great mums they are. Those babies, they stay right under their mother's nose, and when they're this tiny little babies, they hardly get to stray more than a few inches from mum. And how's this for a protective mother? She's determined to keep her baby safe. It's just as well the monkeys have such strong family bonds. There's a lot of danger in the jungle, especially when you're tiny and vulnerable. And here's something that wouldn't need a baby monkey, but packs a heck of a punch.
Cobra.
It's another spitter, and Steve needs glasses to protect his eyes.
He's grumpy too. You're all right, mate, you're all right. Oh, no. Haven't brought me glasses. Listen, the monkey's starting to get upset. You're gonna bite me, aren't you? He's not even hooding up, this one. Hey? You're not even hooding up. What a beautiful snake. They're relatively common throughout these temples, particularly the ones that are way out in the jungle where there's no people. Very unlike the other cobras I've come across, which have just hooded up straight away. Big snake, you can see he's in really healthy condition, probably eating rats and mice, I'd reckon. You've been eating rats and mice, mate. Oh, he's starting to hood up now. Hey, he's starting to hood up a bit now, aren't you? Ooh, there's his little hood starting to come out. He's getting really agitated now. The monkeys will actually have a go at him. Monkeys are quick enough and smart enough to get the snakes and harass them. So what they do is just wait until night time before they start coming out. What a beautiful animal. You've been eating lots of rats around this temple, haven't you? Hey? You've been eating lots of rats. Do you want to go back hunting? Hey? You want to go do some hunting? You're a good snake.
Have a look at this. This monkey's using stones to crack nuts. And the fresh rainwater gets them nice and clean. They are so similar to us humans.
That was amazing. So after all that, did he end up being a spitting cobra?
Yeah.
So how come, like, why does this always happen? So Steve goes, oh, crikey, I forgot my glasses. So the snake goes, no problem, Steve. I won't spit at you because you forgot your glasses.
You can see when he grabs it in the beginning, he's like, whoa, and he's picking up on what the snake's going to do. And then he's like, he just has his sixth sense and he's like, oh, the snake's in a good mood.
Yeah.
It's all cool. And then you can see he just progresses through and then he's like, oh, yep, the snake's good. It's unbelievable. I love watching that.
That is the most
incredible.
amazing thing ever. And every time. Did you get spat on much?
Not there, but of course when we were in Africa that time, we went hunting spitting cobras and got spat straight in the eye and Steve had to grab me and dump me in the water and my eye was like this for a week.
That's terrifying.
I know, yeah.
And you just keep flushing it.
Yeah, that's all you can do, flashing. I mean, if you're somewhere where you can get to a hospital or something, they'd put ointment and all sorts of things, but we never were, so it's just flush it out and see how you go.
Cool. That seems safe.
This is great. This is the first fair dinkum bit of scrub that we've seen. Really thick jungle. And there's macaques, plenty of monkeys zipping around, a lot of birds. So here's hoping. This is looking good.
We're trying to locate a cave that's hidden in the jungle. It's very volcanic. Rock, undergrowth, great place for reptiles.
Hey. Oh, you beauty.
There could be anything around here. From insects, reptiles, mammals.
This looks promising. Yeah.
This macaque's pretty interested in what we're doing. There's just no telling what you'll find until you don the head torch and head in for a good look. Go on, Wes, let's hit it, mate.
Wow. There's at least 2 different species of bat. There's that little one, and he's got a real pushed-up face, big ears. That's so as he can collect all of his echolocation and locate his bugs. Send out his sonar, whack, chew him up. See the way he just unfolds his wings, and away he goes.
With bats and the insects they feed on, there just has to be more animals, and what we're really looking for are reptiles.
Yeah, Wes is a total snake freak.
See this little tacker in here?
It's not a snake, but it is a reptile.
Oh, yeah. Have a look at this little beauty. This is what we're in here for. This is a cave gecko and an absolute champion. Oh, he's upset. You should know. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm the crocodile hunter from Australia, and I love geckos. Now, he's quite rough to the touch. He's got spines all over him, and he's strong. Really, really strong. Very rare for geckos to have like a prehensile tail. He can actually grab with that. Got little ears back here. Big, strong mouth. You want to bite? Look at that. Oh, he's got a good bite. In fact, if I don't get my finger out of there, he's going to probably crush that and swallow it down. Okay, you can let go now. Let go now. Let go now. He's not going to let go. Oh, there we go.
Here's a lizard of massive proportions. I thought lizards like this only grew this big on Komodo Island. But this happens to be the 2nd biggest lizard species in the world, and it's a goanna, something I'm very familiar with. Goannas are monitor lizards, the ruling lizards of the world. And this is a steamer, virtually in a captive situation. It's quite used to people and fat as mud.
Have a go at the size of this. This is a full-grown adult Asian water monitor. By crikey, he's big. Probably up around 50 or 60 kilos. Have a go at the size of the head on it. They're opportunistic. They make great predators. They're like a land crocodile that can also swim through the water, climb trees. Have a look at the bulk of this bloke. Absolutely massive. Huge, big animal. Really, really big. And he lives here getting fed nice tucker from the local people, from his friends, from his family. He's just a big family pet. Isn't he a beauty? Not struggling, not at all. You're a big lizard. Thank you, mate.
Oh, it's like we accidentally tuned into my 600-pound lizard. That was the cutest lizard ever.
Do you love how he kisses it?
I know he kisses everything.
Yeah. What a gorgeous lizard.
Oh, it was so cute.
And he just lives there and people feed him and he's just been there he's probably over 40 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've
big.
never seen a bigger one.
No, he's a big old lizard.
I love him. I would have kissed him too.
Yeah. Hug maybe.
We're moving to a new island, and on the way we're taking a detour along one of the least used roads in the area. Just after nightfall is a fantastic time to find reptiles on or near the road.
Yeah, and Wes is a real reptile freak. He's chomping at the bit for his first snake. Have a look at this. This is the green viper. I'm not sure which species of green viper. There's a whole different stack of species. And it's only a baby, only a youngster. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? You've got a viper head. Pit viper. I'm gonna get a stick. Whoa, he's a little bit angry. Hey, got this little stick here. Come on. crawl onto the stick. There's no way that I'd be able to touch this little fella. He'd tag me really quickly. Come on, move onto the stick. I'll just see if I can get him to move onto the stick. Beautiful. They are arboreal, and so he'll stick to this stick, no problem at all. Be able to get his body straight out. Look at that. Parallel. Isn't that fascinating? They're great climbers, really good climbers, and you can see his tongue is going 50 to the dozen. What a classic. Really nice. I might get you off the road, mate. Might get you off the road. Come on. Here you go, fella. So far, we've had a pretty good run. We've been able to identify each species as we get to it, but that's not always the case, and that's why Wes is an excellent backup. He's a reptile specialist. He's not too keen on my hands. Yeah, let me just make sure, but that's what I do. Anything he doesn't know, he finds out really quick. Yep, common wolf snake. Wolf snake, yep. Venom? None. Hey. All right. I'll get you off the road. Come on, then. There you go. Yeah, so the old wolf snake, eh? The trouble with going to different countries is quite often you're coming across snake species that could potentially kill you. So you always got to have a whole stack of books. Wes is a champion. He knows everything that moves and's got a scale. Wes knows about it, but he just cross-references with books all the time. Next.
I love that so much.
Do you know how many times we've been in places like Africa and Steve will toss something and go, what is this? Like, you don't know whether it's a mamba, black mamba, because you know how colour variation can change.
Yes.
And so until you get a really close look at the head, and sometimes you even have to count the scales, it's so difficult. And you'll be like, where's? You'll have this thing will be going, trying to bite his face. One time, it grabs him, and he's like, what's this, Wes? He had a pretty good inkling that it wasn't venomous, but still, he's like, I'm pretty sure this isn't venomous. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, it's not venomous.
Yes.
I'm like,
I can hear him. Get the book quickly.
Yeah, get
quickly.
the book as it's chewing on his hand.
Yeah.
So that happens so many times. Because, you've got no time to let a snake go. If you're going to catch it, you've got to catch it, and then look at it and see what it is.
Yeah, you're not walking around with the book open to page 312.
No.
But I like when because we travel a lot around the world, and Robert, of course, wants to catch everything, more so than myself or Bindi. And so I'll get a picture of it on my iPhone and text it to Wes all hours of the day and night. And I'm like, what is this? And the text comes back, where are you? I'm like, oh yeah, that would make a difference if I was in Johannesburg or Miami. So probably should let you know. But he is the wizard at IDing snakes. And luckily, we've got you because now he's imparting all of that wisdom, not to me, but Robert's even more interested than Bindi, so thank you.
Yeah, he is. I
He
love going
loves it.
snake catching with Robert.
Yeah.
We're island hopping. And as we hop along the islands, we got to go from one ferry to another. I'm glad our driver knows what he's saying. Phew, finally made it. And, a lot of bosses there. Whoa. Yeah, this way, that way. We're all over the paddock. With thousands of islands populated in Indonesia, ferries operate 24 hours a day and night, to move huge amounts of people one way or the other. The wheels of trade and business churning. So what we're going to do is we're going to trek back from the coast. Let's see, the beach is about half a K back there. We've gone across the salt flat. Now we've just hit the bush. Good, thick Indonesian jungle. And it's so thick that you can barely see a few feet into the rainforest. Gonna need both sets of eyes to spot animals. Want to split up, mate? I'll go this way if you want to head up. All right. These jungles hide some really surprising reptiles. Oh, what a little treasure. How's this? I got him. Oh, he's upset. You're upset. You're upset. Don't be upset. Wow, what a spectacular little snake. This is only a baby, but this is the paradise flying snake. Flying snake. They can actually glide. They go up to height, and when they want to get from one tree to another, they spread their scales, spread their belly out, like a cobra does, only down the entirety of their body, spread out, catch a bit of air, and glide from one tree to another. Now, they are slightly venomous. He's shaking around. He's uninclined to bite. Have a look at the gorgeous orange coloration. What a little perler. Where you going, mate? Oh, you beauty. Hey, where do you think you're going? Oh, isn't she lovely? This is one of the most amazing creatures in the animal kingdom. It's a Burmese python. Mind you, these guys can get pretty big. Sometimes they can get up to 20 feet in length, and they range right through parts of Indonesia and right up even as far as India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. They can live in all sorts of climates, from dry areas to rainforest to even mangroves. And they are just so gentle. What are you after, some rats, or are you just getting some sun? I'll let you go on your way, sweetheart. Have a go at this. What a spectacular snake. Look at that. Long and thin. Have you ever seen a snake more spaghetti-like? Fluoro green spaghetti. And go through this stuff like hard to keep up with, really hard to keep up with. Have a look at his eye. His pupil actually goes that way rather than up and down like your standard snake's eye, right? And that helps him with his vision. Lining up, he'll actually mimic a vine moving in the wind. Mimic, mimic, mimic. Strike, hit. Overpower the lizard that he wants to eat and then swallow it down. This is the long-nosed whip snake. You can see why they call them whip snakes. Look how whippy he is. Ooh, you're a beautiful whippy snake. Fluoro green. Beautiful animal. Here you go, mate. Back into the grass. Watch this. He will disappear before your eyes. You know, just like blend. That quick. Have a go of this behind me. Look at that. That is some of the most pristine jungle in Indonesia. Unfortunately, there's not much of it. But this is what I'm here for. These old Losmans are legendary for reptiles. And this looks like a prime one. Beauty. Ooh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, I don't know who's got who. Yo! Come on, mate. Come on. I'm not sure who's got who. Look out, coming down. Oh, wow. Have a look at this little beauty. Tokay gecko, the world's most famous gecko species, the tokay. Oh, crikey, they've got a good bite. Really good bite. Have a look at him chomping down on my finger. Let go. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. What a good boy. Don't panic. You're all right. You're all right. Beautiful coloration, orange spots. He's got his mouth open. He's fair dinkum. He's fair. Hey, here's one of these girls. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's a pair. Here's his girl. Two cocays. They both got me. By crikey, they've got a good bite. You're all right, sweetheart. You're a little fragile. What'll I do with you, big bloke? Are you gonna let go? Here's his girl. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Look at the coloration of her. She's very attractive, mate. She's a beautiful little female. I see you've got your mouth open. That's a threat display. Ah, stay away from me or I'm gonna bite you. They're quite dark up inside their mouth, pink at the front. They've got a great set of chompers. They've got a whole stack of serrated teeth designed to kill and crush insects, which makes up the majority of their diet.
Now, this little female, you can see she's a lot smaller than the male. She'd actually lay 2, maybe 3 eggs, and the technique is bizarre. The females will go onto a wall, like they'll come onto here, find a great spot, and stick their eggs, virtually stick their eggs right on the wall. And that's a great technique because that means predators won't be able to get up over vertical and eat their eggs. Here's a beautiful pair. He's probably got another few girls here. I'll let her go back up here. You go, sweetheart. Here you go. There's a good lizard. How about you? You want to go? He's not letting go of my finger. Here you go. Come on now. Let go. Let go. There you go. Yeah, my word, this is being used.
And here's nature's pest controller. This guy should be farmers' friends. He's looking around for rats and mice.
Hey, sweetheart. Hey, have a look at this. This is what I've been looking for. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Have a go at this. What a beauty. Gorgeous. Oh, whoop. She's a bit grumpy. She's a little bit grumpy, this one. She's a bit grumpy. Hey, you're a bit grumpy, sweetheart. You're all right. You're all right. She's a naughty snake. These reticulated pythons have got exceptionally large teeth designed to penetrate straight through fur and feather. And they are constrictors. They constrict their prey. That's what they're masters of. That strike, constrict. You can see how she's constricting my hand, putting the squeeze in on it. I think I might take her and let her go in the jungle, because if the farmer comes, chop, chop, he'll cut it up. Let's let her go. You go, sweetheart. Yeah, this'll do the job. Okay, away you go, babe. Up there, that's the girl. That's the girl. Away you go, away you go. Oh, look at the colour starting to come back into my hand. Woo!
Another day and the potential for another surf. And this one's chopped up a bit, but we have to get wet and have a go anyway.
Nice.
Steve's really good at surfing. I'm pretty average, but it was really, really fun.
I'll say,
fun.
you are good at surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime Steve would have filming somewhere, it was take the surfboards, right? Only I'm not a surfer, but I understand that you need a short board for certain waves and a mal for certain waves and everyone in between for other waves. And so one time he's got all the surfboards on the top of the truck and we're gonna drive to the airport. And he goes, oh, I forgot the whatever. And I go, I'll run home and get it. And I drive in really quickly. And as I go into the breezeway, it is as if I was hit by a cattle prod. I feel like an electric shock and I go, and slam on the brakes and I stop like an inch before I creamed the whole load. I would have been so dead. So sincerely dead.
If you hurt a person's surfboard, that's the end.
No, you can let their kid get bitten by a
Yep,
taipan,
just do not hurt their surfboard.
No. Plus, it wasn't like a surfboard. There must have been 4 or 5 on the top of the truck.
And not like you're going to be able to get some more tomorrow.
No, because it was one of those 2 a.m. flights to wherever.
Your heart was like,
Oh, man, I thought I was going to throw up right there in the driveway.
Another inter-island ferry, and before too long, we'll be sampling another slice of tropical paradise. Just a couple hours across this water, and we'll be back into it.
Ooh, very flash.
The hotel sign is a surfboard. That's gotta say it all.
Will we book in or surf first?
Silly question. There was only ever gonna be one answer. It's not perfect, but it's looking good, very promising. Let's hit it. Woo-hoo! Ah, well, it's good to see a bit of swell around. Obviously, that cyclone's starting to really push it through. And have a go at these water buffalo. They look a bit like domestic cows. They've got an unpredictable streak. And as we come forward, they're sprung and they go. Whoa, stirring up an Asian water monitor. Here's a reptile I've always wanted to catch. Let's see if my surfboard will do the job. Gotta be stealthy till the last moment. These things are quick. Real quick. They can swim through the water like a croc.
This has got to be the way to sneak up on water monitors from the water. On my board, which means I'm able to move pretty fluidly through the water, between the trees.
This is looking good. He's sitting in the shallows, and if I can get in close enough without him getting a bead on me, I should be able to rush and jump him. Stealth's important, and then rush! Hey, you all right, mate? Woo! Have a look at this one. What a beauty. Isn't he gorgeous? Hey! Great orange coloration coming back from his head. And he's got his throat all puffed out. He thinks I mean him a lot of harm, but I don't. You're a good lizard. You're a very good lizard. We'll be able to watch the way he swims now like a crocodile. Watch the way he tucks his legs in, along his body, and uses his tail just like a crocodile. How's this wind? Surf's totally blowing out. There's no way. Careful, mate. Wait, just on the edge. Yeah, it's a viper. Hang on. He's moving. That Wes is a madman. Push him back off that branch. Yep. How's that? That's it. Have a look at this. Have a go at this. Isn't he beautiful? Or she. I'll bet you it's a female. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. You're all right now. You're okay. There's a good little green viper. There's a good green viper. Have a look at her with her little arrow-shaped head and her fat little body. Hey, you're a pretty girl. The green tree viper, one of the most common venomous snake species in Indonesia. Come on, girl. We'll let you go back in the tree. Big hole in the head. Took some bark off his beak. Oh, nice laceration, mate. Good work.
Worth it for the snake anyway.
It's me mate, Wes. Tough as nails and just a snake freak, let alone surfing. We've found a lot of snakes, the cyclone's close, and finally surf's up. One thing left to do, get the big gun out and hit it. Woo! I'm riding me 7'6" gun and getting completely busted up. It's a solid 8 foot and going off. We're loving it. The trick with the bigger surf and the bigger board is to get out in front of the wave and hang on. Wes?
Keep it.
By crikey, we've had a stack of fun on this adventure. We've got to toss the most venomous species of snake in the Indonesian archipelago. I've been brain bitten by some non-venomous species, and we've even thrown in a bit of surf.
do you
One
reckon,
thing
mate?
left to say, mate.
Surf through!
That was hilarious.
Oh, that is-
I've seen you climb out the window of moving vehicles to get to a snake.
Yeah, I have a slight problem with snakes. If I see a snake, I just can't help myself.
He has a huge problem
Yeah,
with snakes.
it
It's
ha-
huge.
It hasn't changed. Even now, I still do the same thing, and I'm, 48?
I like Steve and I were with Wes in somewhere America, and you know how they'll come out at night and the snakes will sit on the road because it's a little warmer than the rest. So Wes is like, oh, we're gonna see some rattlesnakes or whatever, and we're looking, and finally Steve goes, you know it's snowing. And Wes goes, but the pavement's still warm. We never saw any snakes, but you're eternally
No,
optimistic.
I am.
And I have to say, I've never seen anyone catch a snake with a surfboard. That was cool.
True. Yeah, that was a pretty fun afternoon, and good surf that afternoon too.
And how proud am I at my incredible fashion husband with a rashi and khaki. Always got to wear the khaki.
No matter what he's doing, diving, surfing, always has the khaki.
Yeah.